trying to get my office set up. I had an interview earlier, so I was trying to get all that set up. So, yeah, I am a little bit behind because of that. But let me get my drinks sorted here. All of my screen stuff set up. Just bear with me 1 minute. Yes, I'll play. I know you're welcome. I know you're present. That's good. Yeah, okay, you can go away, Crave. So when we last left off, we had just started in the green dragon area, so that's where we're going to be picking up again. So we were, let's do Primalist Front. So ride Dragon Riding Mount to the Winds of the Isles, which is optional. I like doing the optional parts just because it is always fun. There's typically a reason behind those. That is always fun. And so that is here up to the left. So now, real quick before we do that, I'm going to see if they have one of the dragon appearance characters, because I did get a couple of new things. That's one of those. So that's one of the lift things I need. If they had one, it would show up as like a dragon head on the map, which I'm not seeing right off, so odds are they probably don't have one. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream for a solid 4 hours. I have some tendon damage to my hand. Well, not tendon damage, nerve damage. I had carpal tunnel surgery. So it can sometimes be, my tremors can sometimes act up. So, alright, well, I don't see one of those fellas right off. So let us just ride. This is not the right mount. That's my proto right mount. That particular mount was from an achievement called What a Long Strange Trip It's Been. It was from doing specifically holiday achievements. Alright, Dragon Riding Mount. Although, this is my favorite flying mount, because he doesn't really fly, he just bounces along in the air. And I think it's kind of adorable. Also, he's a spirit elk. Or moose. I think he's a moose. He looks like a moose. Elks are not, their antlers look different. But I think he's adorable. Alright. Well. Okay. Temporarily seeing into the dream. I'm also still hearing a lot of ducks. The proto-drakes look really cool. They're just very awkward. Are we on a proto-drake kick, guys? I like the thunder surf. Like, oh, here we go. Crowned mount. Quadruped. Okay, that one is not what I was expecting. Not that I was expecting. Let's not eat ourselves off a cliff. When I was playing a panda with a friend of mine, I had to move roll off of my bar, or I would literally eat myself off of Outland. Alright, bonus objective. Eliminate enemy forces. Alright. Can do. I'm pretty good at killing stuff. So again, so the Nokud, or the centaur, the centaur race, that is not the dragon race, is a relatively new race as far as I understand. Now again, let me remind you that my WoW lore knowledge is not the best. I have moved my keyboard to a slightly different position, so it is a little bit off. Apologies. truck up. It's kind of why, like, the Eternity Surge and some of those are a little more helpful. In these situations, I typically try and use my keyboard, my arrow keys a little bit more than WASD. So probably I'm going to try, I think my goal is to, like, I'm not going to get any probably any in-game content or anything with her, but my goal is to focus on her probably for at least next several sessions of playtime. And then I may work on a different character. I may cycle back to Zen. The only time you'll see me play probably either of my board characters is if I'm playing with a friend of mine, John Perry, just because I'm not as familiar with the horde zones and things like that, and we are trying to kind of like speed level her. I really should probably get out of that, but since this is a bonus objective, it is down there. Heal. Living Flame, or Fire Breath, if I can get it to go off, can like do some pretty significant damage. I'm gonna head towards that other Expedition Scout Pack. Oh, that's a lot more than I expected there. Alright, but let's heal. I apparently completed my objective in the course of that. I was only at 80 when I aggroed that entire, like, pack. Alright, let's get this. bug a little bit and could not see where I was supposed to be climbing. That was odd. So let's try that again, now that I realize that there is a, like, mechanic to it. Alright, so we have spiked cleats, dig in your current handhold, helping hand, ask your friendly earth elemental to activate, buddy system, and then you have auto, grappler, and stop climbing. So that's the second time that's happened. I wonder if it's a bug with that. Okay, so the helping hand is what bugged. Well, I don't know exactly what that is for, unless it's just getting over here. Not exactly sure. Okay. That elemental is rough. Come on. Alright, let's knock you back a little bit. Come on. this is bad. Alright, let's... Well, that went poorly. Heading straight for that ramp because I kind of feel like it appears on the little map that the Tyrant the Ascended is up a level. Excuse me. So I'm pretty much heading straight up. Are we for real? Did you summon those little minions? Because, like... Pretty sure that was no. There we go. So the little green things I'm picking up is the cloth for this X-Pack. Again, I haven't figured out what I'm doing. I need to go to Stormwind at some point and pick up all my base, like base cooking, base first aid, base, that kind of stuff, base fishing. Alright. So what that did, it's called Spell Lock, and what it does is it locks you from using that particular spell variety for so long. It is very helpful. It is very obnoxious. So what I use is called Renewing Flames. Flames of life surround you for 8 seconds while this effect is active. 100% of damage you take is healed back to you. I just didn't want a repeat of the earlier event where I just got my Togas handed to me. Which is, I mean, yeah, that's part of the game, but sorry about that. Oh, that is not friendly. Justice for Solstice. Oh, Sharon, please. What do I do? Justice, okay. Hold on. We're having some technical difficulties on my end. I'm trying to get myself. Alright, so in theory, that quest giver should be right around here. Oh, probably over here with all these Dracthyr. Dragon here? These guys are different than what I am. Excuse me. The quest I am looking for is Justice. Justice for C-O-E, I can't spell. There we go. No, that was not what I wanted. I typed what I meant. Okay, so it says it starts with says the quest requires players to defeat Mortimer's destroy Dragonkiller ballistas in specific locations. But I need to pick it up. Okay, so I'm looking maybe for a dragon lady. I picked up some other stuff. Apparently I did not. very commonly stuck on fence posts or candelabras. There's one candelabra that I had to run past in, I ran my husband and a friend of ours because they were running through a specific wing of okay, well, this is alright, NPC guy. This is embarrassing. Through a particular wing of, I want to say Strath. Don't quote me on that. It's been a while. And every single time I would run past, you ran down a flight of stairs and then you would make a left. And every single time I would run down the stairs, I would get, this was my Draenei, it was my shaman, I would get her stuck on the same candelabra, or same candelabra every single bloody time. That was messy. I'm still trying to figure out the balance of having a running conversation and not dying like that. So please bear with me. Which is NPC, just stay out from under my feet, please, and thank you. Really, like, I really wish NPCs opted into auto attack mode like my summons are. Jesus Christ. Like, if I'm getting attacked, attack the damn thing. Can you target the one there? Hell. Not sure what that was. How is this going to go tits up? Alright, so next we're doing pylons, or assuming that's what. Anyway, yeah, so I just wish it was kind of like when I had, like, my summons out, like, it would, whatever is attacking me, they would auto-attack that. It would just be a little more convenient. Not that I don't plan on, like, assisting my NPC, but it would just make life a little easier. Oh, I couldn't see shit there for a second, and I just ran into a bunch of whole nonsense. Do not like it when the bad guys have knockback effects. see? I don't like areas where it is so tightly compact like this that just getting from where you're going to, like, from one quest point to another, it is, like, that dangerous. Like, you know. It is a bit annoying. So, you're an aggro 2 weeks, so nip this in the bud. Oh, for pity's sake. I don't know what I just clicked on. So I hope everybody had a good day today. I wonder if anybody, did you do anything interesting? Did you do anything fun? No, yesterday we talked a lot about vulnerability and, you know, brave and things like that. I'm seeing flashing lights outside. I'm wondering if that, if that means that there's lightning. I don't know if we were supposed to get rain today. I don't want to shoot that. This mess. Just hope everybody had a good day. Did something fun. You know, we were talking about vulnerability yesterday. I think it's important to remember too that acts of self-care don't have to be big things. Self-care can be little things like for me, it's painting my nail, taking the time to paint my nails. For a friend of mine, it's, you know, taking the time to do, like, wash her face, and like the meditation aspect of that is very important to her. So it's understanding that, you know, self-care can be multiple things. It doesn't have to be these big grand gestures. It doesn't have to be something that's super expensive. Like, you don't have to take yourself out to dinner. You don't have to take yourself you know, somewhere expensive. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Like, you don't have to buy, you know, you're into makeup, you don't have to buy stuff like that. It can be minor things like painting your nails, or spending time playing a video game that you enjoy, or reading a book, or listening to a podcast. The importance of self-care is just taking out the time to do something that recharges your energy batteries, whether that's your social batteries, whether that's your emotional batteries, whether that's your whatever batteries. And sometimes too, it can just be, you know, sitting in the quiet and meditating. Self-care does not have to be big grand things. It is storming apparently, so if I pop off, That is what is going on, and I may or may not come back online. So it really, truly just depends on the weather. So, alright, big bad elf lady. No, really? Yep. You're gonna be defeated. No, you're gonna be defeated. That's what's gonna happen. Villainy. I'm the hero. Villains don't prosper. Yes, you have. Okay. Excuse me. I choked on my own spit. But like I said, I think it's just important to remember that, like, self-care can be those minor acts. I don't believe that. Step away for a second. You can have a little bit of a dragon. Sorry about that. I had to check on the littlest puppy. Come here. Come lay down, honey. Come lay down. Come on. Come lay down there. Yeah. Both girl has real bad allergies. And what have we been cleaning and rearranging and whatnot. One, stirred up a bunch of stuff, and two, stressed her out. She's very, very prone to stress and anxiety. Okay, that's my girl. That's my girl. So I needed to check on her and make sure she was getting situated. Part of being a pet mama. Alright. Alright, so that back on. Sorry about that. Okay. Ooh. I was not expecting to be under Dragon Butt. Okay. These exploration achievements are fun. I've all but this the for Outland. I have all but these three for Northrend. Cataclysm, I think it's all just like, oh, there's only one zone in Vashir. How the fuck did I miss that? And as you can see, like, I was playing a lot more reliably. Delves are new. As you can see, PvP is not something I do all that much. I've done probably Alterac Valley. Well, okay, Wintergrasp is the one I've done the most. So, Classic, I have done all but Skullomance. I believe this is a new one. Because you can see, like, these were all 08 with the exception of this one. Burning Crusade, I have 40 of 40. Lich King, I have 74 to 78. I think the only ones I don't have are some of the more persnickety, I would say. Lich King had a lot of achievements. And as, again, you can see the ones, like, I loved. Nax was probably one of my favorite raids. Like, I spent a lot of time raiding at Lich King. I was in a 10-man pickup, where I was our alt healer. I was in a 25-man alt healer main DPS. And then we were also, so that was heroic, and then I was also in Old Bar. Call of the Crusaders was interesting. But, so a lot of these just like, okay, so like Shadow Dodger defeat General Vasak in Old War without any raid member being hit by Shadow Crash. These just required you to like be paying attention. They were just kind of more difficult. Now some of them got like let you get like achievement like titles or mounts. Yeah, so like this one got Starcaller and the Astral Walker. But yeah. Cataclysm, 54 out of 60, 57 out of 62. What one am I missing in Pandaria? Yeah, Skullomance. So this one I have 66 out of 105. I did some of Draenor. And a lot of this content now I can run on my own, which is kind of, you know, some of it you can do. I haven't done any Shadowlands, I haven't done any Dungeon, Dragonflight, I haven't done any War Within. Pets are, you know, I collected, met 600 unique pets. Sly Fox I haven't done. Some of these, so like, yeah, I had 652 unique pets out of 800. So you can't just have 800 pets. They have to be, like, unique. 46 out of 50. I have all but, like, so these, we gave, you know, one pet for each. Yeah. So, yeah, collections are always fun. Yeah, so I have 10 out of 21 of these mounts, which are specific mounts that you have to collect. I don't have a lot of the Drake's expansion features. So I have all but, like, these are, so if you go back, yeah. So put an end to the Battle of Azeroth by completing the following achievements. Back from the Beyond, A World Awoken, Feast of Strength. These are things that you, I believe, are not achievable anymore. I don't know. Yeah, I missed the anniversary event this year, which makes me kind of sad, because I had got a lot. These are just like so different things that, like, for buying Heroic Edition, trading posts, you know. And this was neat. So they did choppers with one of the chopper shows. BlizzCon, Heroes of the Storm, BlizzCon, the Hearthseed, Romlock, Treasure Goblin was from Diablo 3. Although probably my favorite one is Little Deathwing. He's kind of cool. Legacies are things that I don't believe you get anymore. So, yeah. Completed the Dreadsteed quest. Yeah, reached a level 120 prior to Shadowlands. You used to have dual talent spec. Probably, give me just a minute. Give me just a minute. Friend has asked me about the live-action Lilo and Stitch movie. Today is Stitch Day, the 66 day, which is the gotcha day for my boy pup. Well, we were talking about the weather earlier. we are in... Where do you think I am? Okay. We are in a moderate heat advisory, which I kind of knew already. But it says rain's going to start in about 2 hours. Alright. Yeah, having, like I was talking yesterday, having to pay for this. I wish I could have finished the Rathian quest. That would have been fun. This was young Rathian. This was back in Pandaria. There was a whole quest line where you could get this cloak, and I wish they had left it in there. It was Proud Black Prince. And they didn't leave it. I wish, like, even if they were gonna, because they phased the cloak out, I wish that even phasing it out, like, I wish they had left it in there. I don't know about the remix Pandaria. Anyway, now that we've taken a random tour of my achievements, shall we continue to tree? Literally tree. I would like to say I'm surprised, but I'm not. Okay, so it says I need to pick the appropriate gift. Let me see if this actually makes a difference. Pop up. Okay, so again, what she says is from the hunters who value skill above all, from the mystics who commune with the wind, and from the descendants of the matriarch. The player has to suggest what each con should give as an offering. 3 possible options. Only one option is correct. There is no penalty for picking the incorrect option. The option will simply disappear from a dialogue window. The player can pick a new one. The correct option is marked with the bold type. Okay, so there is no, like, you've given the wrong answer. Trophy from her first hunt. Okay, our models were kind of joined there and I couldn't tell. So let me have that. I don't know if you video game a lot or not. I don't know. But if you do, I'm pretty sure, and now I'm going to check, I'm pretty sure that Mithra is voiced by Jennifer Hale. Jennifer Hale is all over video games. If you've played, she's most known, in my opinion, as Commander Shepard. Mass Effect is where Commander Shepard is from, but I love her in everything she's ever been in. She cracks me up. She has like two voices. She does a very feminine, like Cinderella princessy voice, and then she does, I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite shop on the Citadel. Like, so she did a voice in Dragon Prince and Batman Arkham Shadow. She did the voice for Mon Mothma in Star Wars. Jean Grey in X-Men 97. Bad Batch. Mortal Kombat. Diablo. Yeah, that's what I thought. She is, World of Warcraft Dragon. Minthra, the Dream. That would be Minthra. She did voice in Midnight Suns, Bayonetta, Overwatch, for, Guild Wars, Looney Tunes, Stillwater, Scooby-Doo. Like, you really can't spit at anything that is voice acted and not hit her. Like, it just, you can't. She's just everywhere. So. Thunder. Sorry, again, I'm talking about Lilo and Stitch. The comparisons between the original the original animated versus the live action. actually like the idea of a feather being a sacrifice, because of just how, like, what feathers represent in a lot of cultures, especially with, like, Native American cultures. They represent wisdom, they represent knowledge, especially, like, eagle feathers are highly revered. Ancestors guide us. We must show Minthra we can be trusted to uphold our vow. Offer a child, offer a verse, offer blood. That's interesting. So this is ancestors. So we could do okay. Really? Okay. I was like, please tell me you didn't just cut off your hand. Because that's what it looks like in animation. It just kind of surprises me that, I mean, it just is a surprise. Woohoo! 3 out of 5. We've done our part, though we must remain here to watch over the Oathstone and guide the Green Dragonflight. Know that you leave here with our gratitude and faith. I have watched the world of the Kirin Tor. I have received word of the Kirin Tor seeking help claiming the Azure Oathstone. Helping them with their Oathstone will bring us one step closer to healing Azeroth. Find Pakina and Masud the Wise of the Kirin Tor. They will instruct you further. Safe journey and pleasant dreams, Terracona, which is dragon in... I don't remember what language. So this is renewed Proto-Drake Curled Horns. So again, this unlocks the customization option like I was talking about earlier. That is all vendor trash. I don't think I've gotten any upgrade gear, but this... that back is a side grade. Oh, my neck is stiff. Alright. looks like I've got into the Azure. Looks like I've got some see what this scout pack here is. That's like it's stuck on another tree. Getting flight points. I'm gonna vend real quick as well. Fairly sure there's someone in here I can vend to. Just a second. I have a Discord message that I need to deal with. I do not have Discord pulled up yet. Just a second. Where do you have my display settings at? else that I need to vend? It does not appear so. Looks like I've got some. I wonder if I can fly to that flight point since it is not green. Maybe I already have. Like, it's already loaded in. Just to be transparent, because you can see this conversation here, I do struggle with my own mental health on medication, and I am currently changing some of my personal meds around, and it is causing some strain a little bit between me and my husband, mostly because weather is a big part of it, as well as I am just struggling with that adjustment. I had been on Zoloft for about 8 years. I'd been probably on the highest dose of Zoloft you can be on, which is 200, for 6 years, I would say, if not longer, and so it's an adjustment period. And not for nothing, I think it's important to realize that there is a level of, there's a relationship that we have with our spouse or our partner or siblings sometimes that we don't curb our temper with them as much. And so I think that sometimes that has a effect on how we are how we perceive ourselves and like how we react with them. Let's go here. So I think that it's important to realize. So like for context, my husband and I, we've been together since '03, so we've been together 22 years at this point, and coming up on 22 years. We've been married for 5, coming up on 5. And I think it's important to realize that even though we have been together for that long, that it can breed a kind of complacency. And by that I mean that I have to remind myself to be appreciative of him. I have to remind myself to say thank you for the simple things, like when he cooks dinner, when he takes the dogs out, I have a weekly shot I have to take, and I can't do it myself. I can if I absolutely have to, but it is a very stressful and anxiety-inducing thing. So him doing my shot for me and things like that, like I need to be mindful of saying thank you for those things. Because just because he does it doesn't mean that those behaviors are unappreciated. And so I think it's very important that we remember to thank those people in our lives who consistently, reliably do things, because we never want those important people to ever feel like they are taken for granted, because you never want to have those thoughts of, did I tell them I loved them enough? Did I say thank you enough? Did they know that they were appreciated? Because at the end of the day, if you make the effort to say, hey, thank you for doing X, Y, Z, hey, I appreciate what you did. And even if it's just a simple, like, pat on the shoulder and it's like, hey, I appreciate you. Hey, thank you for what you did today. Hey, thank you for being there. For example, my husband helped hang a tapestry in my office today. /guest room. He hates heights. Phobia of heights. Anything that has him up off the floor. But he did it. And I thanked him for it because that was a big thing for him. Those are the things that I'm talking about. You know, make sure the people who matter to you know that they are appreciated. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so we're just doing a little bit of map fill-in. That's all I'm doing. Just doing a little bit of flybys. Discord, did you shit the bed? Nah, the internet didn't shit the bed. Discord did a little bit. That. Looks like there's a there. No? There it is. So one of the other things that Justin and I are working on too is we have what we refer to as a conversation safe word. So, shh. Okay. So that way, any time that we need to, we can essentially be like, hey, we take a step back and we're like, hey, we kind of really need to put a pin in this. We are all getting too, we're both getting too upset. We're getting too, this is becoming an argument, not a conversation. And so when we have those like, you know, we use a specific like safe word, and so it kind of is very important, you know, when we use that. It's like, it's not that we're walking away completely from the conversation. It is legitimately, we are putting a pin in this until we are calm and are taking a breath and can legitimately come back to it when we are in a better headspace. And that's very much how we both look at it. It is not, you know, one or the other has won. It is very much a pause kind of thing. Alright, so this looks like it's new. Yeah, like I said, I'm just picking up flight points. Collector, what? And so a lot of times I get very like focus driven on quests, and I forget that I forget to pick up flight points and things like that. So yeah, so this is the icon that I was talking about for the dragon shape. So like, that means I can futz around with my dragons again. Which I am going to do. I'll show you that. That is here. Okay, so this is so I have my Highland Drake, I have my Proto Drake, I have my Velocidrake, and I have my Storm Rider. So this is my Storm Rider. This is the Velocidrake. Now I just got the Velocidrake. That was the one I unlocked. I have the Proto Drake, and I have the Highland. So I got a new mouth. Toothy nose. I kind of like closed, I think. I only have the one color. I don't have a lot of options yet. Let me look at the Velocidrake. So it looks like I've only got green, light. I can do horn, or I can do wolf. I'm going to stick with horn. So it looks like we can do stag or sleek. Let's do sleek. Horn color. We can do brown, dark brown or light brown. Let's go with dark brown. And it looks like we have no crests, which is fine. Armor color, we only have that one. We could do bear or saddle. I kind of like the saddle. Tail, we could either do bear or hair. I actually kind of like the hair. Back, we can do bear or plate. So that's the plate. That's bear. I actually kind of like the plate. And I don't have any patterns yet, which that's kind of cool. And then his face, we can have hair or bear. Hair. Otherwise, he looks kind of like a goblin. Let's do no ears. Fur color. Let's do that. Eyesight, both, neither right or left. Let's give him both. Eye color. So we can do yellow, brown. Looks like everything but infinite. So let's give him, we want matchy. But I kind of like the yellow. Hello. Set. Now. this again. We've got a couple of options. I actually think I'm going to go with that color just to make them a little bit easier to see. And accept. Alright. So that's that. Zoom back out. Do a couple of, let me get off the rock here and do this flight. Is he not in this tower where I like just for? Oh, there he is. You've been a snake. Alright, so I can do the Storm Race course, which is one that I need to do. So let's do that. So I need to fly close to stuff to get a charge. Alright, sorry. Those are, the storm ones are really hard because I have to pay attention to like that buff and stuff, so. Alright. Okay, that was not what I was expecting. The speed boost. I hear ya. Give me just a second, babe.
How's the streaming?
Good.
Are you live now?
Yeah, I'm live. Give me just a second, guys. I'm gonna go AFK. Husband and I are gonna figure out food. so give me just 1 second. I'm going to mute myself. Yeah. Sorry about that. Apparently a friend, husband has to go take care of my friend's cats. So we were not figuring out food. We were figuring out the situation with friend's cats. So. Get all my ducks back in a row. Oh, honey bunny, he'll be back. I know. Go lay down. I am reconfiguring the dogs. Please give me a second. Come here, Bubby. Come here. You wanna lay on the blanket? You wanna lay on the blanket? Okay. Sorry, coordinating with the spouse. like I'm live. So, I somehow, Twitch had crashed, so make sure I was still live and everything. Alright, so... So I still have those 3 that I need to do in the walking shores. I think the challenge tour is just other places. I don't think either of these are here. Let's recast that. I mean, I could try the challenge course just to be sure. Or am I going straight ahead? Like the moose, this is another one that runs as opposed to flying, and I actually really like. Oh shit! Well, if I have enough stamina, which I don't think I am, let's restart that. Land somewhere. Let's try this again. I do like these mounts that have different animations. I like that they have different, like, roar animations and things like that. I just find that enjoyable. God bless it. I was supposed to go through that. There we go. Hold on a second. My husband has lost his phone. Though I'm not exactly sure how... My husband, who I love dearly, just sent me a text message saying he can't find his phone. I'm assuming, seeing as you answered, you found it?
It is somewhere in the car. But I found it before you called. I was just about to message you that I found it.
I would like to.
But I'm in the car, so I was using the car to message in and such. And so I knew it was in the area. I just couldn't find it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I really hope that John kind of rips. Hey, stop it! Rips the kids up one side, down the other.
Well, yeah. That's between him and the kid. I'm just gonna go out and feed the cats.
Okay. Well, let me know if you're gonna scavenge stuff.
Yeah. If I don't, I will just make ramen when I get home. But I might poke around this kitchen a little bit too, so I think good.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Love you too. Bye.
Alright. Now that we've dealt with all that nonsense, okay.
Go ahead. No teeth, though. No teeth.
We have to tell Stitch no teeth or we will never have any blankets with anything in them. Alright, well, not interested in that. Honor the flame. Okay, so I want to go down and pick up this Flight Master. And then swing down to into the Azure. Want to check and make sure I'm not missing any. There are coins that you can pick up throughout the area that allow you to do those flight abilities. Alright, Flight Master picked up. Love this. Alright, and I don't have that flight point, so I need to. That's fine. Fly it. These often have rep stuff in them, which is why, like I said, it's a big thing to like pick up. I do not like you. I really need to take this off my favorites. There we go. I prefer personally to drive, fly, whatever I'm doing with the much smaller mounts.
You need to lay down. Go. Come lay down. Clove. Sorry. Baby girl. Come here. Come here, honey. Come here. Come here. Baby. Come here. Come here. Okay, sorry about that. Waypoint. There you are. Lay down, baby girl. Good girl. I always feel bad for the gnolls. I always kind of feel like they get the short end of the stick. Like they're not always villains, you know? One of them is a warlock. WoW's most well-known gnoll is Hogger.
now some fishing, which is not my favorite game. Mini game, I guess, in WoW. I'm gonna put a big bobber on it here in a second, just to make my life easier. But yeah, you sit here and you wait until it's like real fishing. You wait until the bobber pulls. Just makes it easier to see. This is not the most, again, entertaining, I know, but questing is questing. A lot of these fish you need for cooking and things like that. Now, I believe I could probably go out and sit on my raft and cook fish. I could try that. One of these I thought you could ride on while you fish. Apparently not. So the water striders are fun. I thought there was a raft. And what I pulled down here is changing flights. So switching between skywriting and steady flight styles for flying mounts. Mounts that don't support skywriting will be grounded if skywriting is active. Okay. That's kind of adorable. Unassuming flask examined. Well, where are you at, buddy? Ah. Now a dusty teapot is what I'm looking for. Toolbox. No, not the toolbox. I assumed that was a toolbox because that's what it looked like. Toolbox. 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 Aha. Alright, now I'm gonna go find a toy boat. Your daughter ran off with a dangerous toy boat. We need to either take it or dispel its magics. Pick up this spelling wand. I'm fine with fixing the boat. Alright. Shades of blue. Pick up the flight point. Go ahead, set my Hearthstone to here. So I'll probably be in this zone for a bit. Well, you don't have a quest site mod thing on you, but I didn't really mean to do that. My flight guy. Not the flight master. I already picked that up. I'm looking for my flight train. This person. There you are. Alright, so let's just try the course. like this is going to be a relatively level course. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the same as the challenge course. Slow down there. I'm not exactly sure like what I hit. Not too far off of silver. It's not shabby. I will take that. These challenge courses sometimes are just really difficult. Oh, I don't know if you guys have been able to hear me because my mic was up. I'm so sorry. I don't know how long my sound's been funky. My apologies. 'Cause I have been talking. It's the problem with not having a sound and chat moderator. So, yeah, sorry about that. Two are done. Let's see. Next. Get those. Search coalescence collected. Alright, so Dream Surge investigation. 3 world quests in the Dream Surge completed. Rare lead and power by the Dream Surge slain. Walking Dream Portal closed. Contribute to the Dream Surge coalescence effort. So the Emerald Druid is bleeding into the air Azeroth as unprecedented. We need to understand exactly what is being affected by the phenomenon. Well, I don't know what that is, other than a very giant dragon flying across the realm. Or flying, flamey thing. Alright, so now I know what Dream Surge stuff is. get a flyby of the area while I collect green orbs. So, if you have any questions, I just put them in the chat. Again, like, I don't know that, I'd love at some point to have a more active, like, moderator for, those kinds of things, so. Okay, so earlier we were talking about mental health meds and, giving your people support. Ooh, excuse me. I think one of the things that is kind of important to, remember when somebody, especially when it comes with, we talked about self-care and things like that. Like, I think it's really important to remember that, like I said, self-care comes in a variety of things, playing a video game. And no, when I say, like, playing a video game can be a form of self-care, it's the moderation of it. So it's, you do things to help relieve stress. So it's understanding that self-care is to help let go of those stress and anxiety things that we pick up throughout the day. So while I understand that stress is, like, it's, things can be stressful and life can be stressful, it's, you still have to, while self-care is deeply important, you also don't want to let things go by the wayside to prioritize that self-care either. So you can't let things fall away because you are doing self-care, like, if shopping, for example, is something that makes you feel better, you don't want to do that in detriment to your finances or to yourself, because, well, yes, that going on a little shopping spree can be a form of self-care. You don't want it to be to the detriment of you, yours, and taking care of, like, necessities and things like that. So again, remember, in moderation. Same as, having a, drinking with friends and being social can be a form of, relaxation and self-care. Again, that in moderation. I've missed that thing 4 times. There we go. So understanding that, again, the self-care, while yes, deeply important, it cannot be to the detriment of other things and other people, so it's like, yes, working out can be a great form of self-care, or going to the gym, or hitting a heavy bag, but you don't want to, like, for example, as it is right now, you don't want to be working out, in your backyard gym, or, like, not backyard, but if you have it set up, for example, in your garage, or in your attic or in your basement, you don't want to be working out somewhere where it's going to be hazardous to your health because of the heat or whatever. When in doubt, use your best judgment. You know your what you can and cannot handle. And if any, like, it's one of those things, like, you have to advocate for yourself. And sometimes you have to advocate for yourself against yourself, needing sleep, needing to eat, needing to make sure you take care of things like that. Man, I'm glad the tree ranges aren't solid. Ah, those look like spider. This looks like frost spiders. Probably one of the neater zones in uh, Wrath is the Azure Dragon Zone. You fight Milagos. And I believe at that time he was the aspect of the Azure Flight, so the blue flight, which is both frost and magic. But I believe the magic drove him crazy. And then when we kill him, he is driven insane. So you kill him, and then he's raised by, if I remember correctly, now it's been a hot minute since I fought Malagos. He is raised by Arthas. 60 out of 100, so we got 42 left. Life meaning in the universe. For anybody who is a hitchhiker fan out that way. I don't know if I can fly through that. Yep. Oh, I can't fly through this. Oh, let's get up. Up, up, up. There we go. A little worried I was going to fly me there for a second because I didn't know what red names I was flying into. Camp nowhere. Let's grab this flight point since we are right here. Oh, I'm out of juice. I'm going to mute for a second. Husband needs to call. So I'm going to be okay. Sorry about that. All right. Okay. So, alright, let's go get more green bubbles. Now that we had let our stuff recharge. Hold on a second. I take my headset off. I have little hairs that are underneath of it from where I didn't put it on exactly properly. Ooh, here's one. I know, your ears are bugging you, baby. Again, my bubble puppy's ears are... Stupid trees! I know. Your pills are wearing off. I know. That. There was another one. Well, that was not what I intended for, but I crash landed here, so this is what is going on. Clove, lay down. Lay down. Hi, honey. Lay down. Itchy ears. Itchy. There's so much itch. I knew I wasn't going to take falling damage, but I needed to get out of combat. Okay, so let me get myself re-enjoyed. those up. I should be getting close. 87. So 13 more. Roughhausen. Oh, did you find your toy? Did you find your Vader? She's a little stuffed Darth Vader that she was play with. Five more. Who just knocked their head on my chair? Well, both of my dogs are hard-headed, fortunately. I'm sorry I'm not as vocal today, or as conversational. I had personal therapy today, and it just... And then an interview, and well, the interview went really well. I am just kind of mentally tapped. And so I just really don't have the spare energy. So my sincerest apologies for not being the most entertaining of company. But you killing him? Did he do you wrong? Did he do you wrong? Oh, excuse me. World quest and the Dream Forge completed. Rare Elite. Walking Dream Portal closed. This is not a helpful mount. Okay. So, Walking Dream Portal next. A flame person in here somewhere. Conjured biscuit in. That's great. Those who have played World of Warcraft know that mages can summon conjured biscuits and croissants and cookies and things like that, so it's very, very apropos. So he's this way. There he is. Okay. Love my bonus objectives. These are just fun to do. Oh, happy birthday. Okay. Okay, there you are. So, back up against the wall, so you cannot bat me off the ledge. Woohoo! I received amnesia. Alright. Sounds great. Yeah, I'll do that once I'm through here. can either pick Bombardments or Might of the Black Dragonflight, or I can pick Unrelenting Siege. So Unrelenting Siege, for each second you're in combat, Azure Strike, Living Flame, and Disintegrate deal 1% more damage, up to 15%. I really like passive abilities, things that I don't have to worry about. Bombardments, massive disintegrate, marks your primary target for destruction for the next 6 seconds. You and your allies have a chance to trigger a bombardment when attacking marked targets. Oh, I think all of these are passive. Might of Black Dragonflight. Black Dragon spells increase damage. I think I'm probably, let's see, Disintegrate is blue, Pyre is red, red, blue, red. So we're definitely going to go with, because I use Disintegrate, I use Shattering Star, I use Fire Breath, I use Eternity Surge, I use Azure Strike. So yeah, I think as of right now where I'm playing, Unrelenting Surge is going to make the most sense. So, alright, that is done. Okay. Alright, so that is done. Flame is over there. That's the races. So let's do Shaping the Dream Surge, which is what I'm currently working on. I still need to do the Dream Surge investigation. But hi, Caligos. Buddy. So Caligos was the there was an he's the, I believe, the current aspect for the blue flight. Oh, you're right spot. Where are you? Here you are. What you got? Is Azure Ambit one of the ones I need to do? It's not one of those. It's not the challenge tour. And it's not Walking Shores, because Walking Shores is a different zone. So, I don't need to do that one. I mean, it's great XP, but not feeling it at the moment. Alright, that said, crossbow, I can't use it. Amnesia is a neck piece. That is definitely an upgrade. And the neck pieces. did that. Just checking. Kill it, baby girl. You get it. Alright. Okay, let's see if we can go find a green portal. Let's go do that. Flying mount. That's a companion. Yeah, I could buy boots or something. I think I'm gonna wait before I do any of that. Can I have him out, please? Thank you. Oh, you're a little big. Can we have something smaller, please? Thank you. Pretty much straight this way. Okay. Have to get up and stretch here in a second. Sorry if you got that scraping noise. That is Clove attempting to kill Vader. Her little toy. Stuffed toy. Which is quite adorable. I think she is quite displeased that her dad left and did not take her with him. Her brother is just laying on a blanket right beside me, content as can be. I'm not doing nothing. Alright. That's when we run out of time. This again. Don your cap, grab a sack, retrieve to rest, is ready for archivists to sink their teeth into. Alright. See if I missed a pickup over here. I'm not exactly sure, like is this archaeology here? I'm not exactly sure where I'm supposed to be going. So this is going to be real embarrassing for me here in a minute, I think. How does the dig site work? Archivists should come and receive inspecting relics, visiting and polishing dragon bones, or even delivering lunch to our members. Once you complete a task, I'll write it out. Okay. Just keep saying dig right in. They're just all saying dig right in. I don't even think I've picked up archaeology on this character. Okay. Hmm. Alright, well, this is a wash. Fortunately, it's repeatable. Big. Rest. So apparently it's not always, it doesn't always give people so I'm going to abandon that. Maybe I'm just too close to the time and it won't let me pick it up. Which is fine. So, we are currently working on Dream Search. Just a second. Okay, so I got that fixed. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna go pick up. Alright. Oh, why did you list to the side? No. I love you, but no. Also no. Also no. Also no. Nope. We'll get him out here eventually. There we go.
are heading over to the flight point up in this area. Save Azure Span Slalom is one of the ones I made. Run flow through that area. Alright.
Here, baby girl. Huh? What you hear? Honey, come lay down. She has her nose pressed against the door. Like she can squeeze her little soul through it. Bless her heart. Honey, I know. He'll be home soon. Play all you want. Alright, having some problems. Alright. So those are flight stones, and these are warband supplies, which I have a bunch of. But because I haven't really unlocked the rep with them yet, I have, but I really haven't. So the factions I have unlocked. So this is the Ishkar, the Tusker. I haven't unlocked that faction yet. What instance is up? Rep 9 hollow. Okay. Alright. Heading to the waking dream. Is that something I need to do with this quest? So. Honey, you're gonna have to wait. So I'm guessing, so this seems like a reminiscent of the dragon portals from a while ago.
I don't know if you guys are picking up the audio from my other computer. I am playing off my laptop. Um, so, hold on a second. Husband is calling. So I need to mute. Yeah.
I have been to 3 separate McDonald's. They're all closed. What would you like instead?
Whatever's open, I guess.
Wendy's or Taco Bell?
Give me a second so I can mute my mic.
Okay.
Sorry about all that. Okay. Sorry, I really didn't mean to spend that much time dead. Let's hope that portal is still up. It is, thankfully. I need to be more active in using these healing abilities that I have. Alright, let's get this guy back here. Went off in completely the wrong direction. alright today. Trying to multitask, and I've got a friend who's doing some stuff. And, so I've got my phone kind of, up so I can kind of pay attention to what's going on there while trying to figure out, like, what one of these guys is gonna pop up and be empowered. Like, do I just need to sit on one of these guys so they become empowered? So, I don't know. Alright, well, let's find him out. I'm not going to try and bother with this again. I will do it at some point, of course, but not right now. Maybe what this is. Alright, well, okay, let's see. Tell me one of the guys has got... I'd love to know how to find these suckers. Like, I feel like I'm missing an important part of something. Like I feel like there's an instruction I missed somewhere. Because they don't pop up on my map. And I would kind of have expected that, to be honest. Like, because the quest guys, the ones that you like fight for quests and stuff, they show up as little like asterisks. They almost look like a nautical star. They're not exactly a nautical star, but they're very similar to that. So it's just kind of odd that there's no like real way to track the empowered guys. What are the names of the little areas here? Oh, I have gone inside.
Did not mean to do that. This looks like it was a flooded cave at one point. Also, why is there nothing in here? Not mean to fly into that, but say la vie. Okay, well, let's get out of this little crevasse here. Probably gonna wrap up soon. I know that I was late starting today, so I might stream for another 15 minutes or so. I'd like to finish this Dream Surge investigation, like the empowered by Dream Surge part. Yeah, so these bonus objectives, these guys are trackable on the map. I really wish more of them were like that. I don't think this is going to aggro him. Get over here, you big thing of water. I know, Clove. It's hard to be you today. This is the one I need to do. So the Druids of the Burning Flame were a big part of Cataclysm, I believe, and the burning of Darnassus. It's a big deal. Oh, looks like I'm not the only one in here. Cool. Looks like there's a boomkin. Cool. I like boomkins. Also known as feathered wickies. Their dance is great. Wondered why I was seeing Moonfall. yeah, they are, everything shall burn kind of, cleanse it in fire kind of thing. So, these bone hounds you see, I think the first time you really see them is in Molten Core, which is a really interesting raid. It's one of my favorites, actually. Molten Core is fun. They also show up in the Dark Iron instance with Thoracian, I think is. I hear you, Clove, my love. Dad will be home soon. Ashes of Alar, Jealous, is one of the best mounts. It's very difficult to get. I know, honey, you're hungry. Dad didn't plan that out real well. So a lot of times these spawn events, they get more, the level of difficulty increases the more people they have. And of course, anybody who tags in, like once you've tagged it, you loot it. So yeah, anybody's kills made in this area for this event count for everybody, whether they're Horde or Alliance. So. I like the Blazehound model. I believe they are gettable as hunter pets if you so desire. And typically the more people you have doing one of these, the faster it goes. Because it can be quite grindy if you're trying to do it completely on your lonesome. Do not want to stray too far from the center, because this will be when the big elite spawn, and I don't want to miss out on making sure I get that tag. Yeah, last couple of kills should put us into stage 2. There we go.
myself from River Leap. Very curious what this guy is, though. And right towards him. He's a world boss. That's why he's a skull. Which means do not sneeze in his he will sneeze if he sneezes in your direction, you are dead. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You will cease to exist. I know, Clove. You have to wait. So far to the you. So he just runs amok and kills everybody, doesn't he?
big stretch stitch. I know. You guys have to wait. You guys gotta wait till Dad gets home. Alright. An event. What are you guys having? Stitch. Enough now.
Alright, I may play for a little bit longer, but I am gonna stop streaming. I'm sorry this was not the best stream. I think yesterday was better, but thanks for sitting with me. I hope you guys had a great day, and depending on how I feel, I may stream some tomorrow. Just depends. You guys have a great night.